Okay, so a little bit of a Affliction walkthrough. Affliction walkthrough here on how I did the Mage Tower challenge. It's not the only way to do it, but it's a pretty good strategy. I play Inevitable Demise, which is kind of key for the strat to work. Absolute Corruption, Phantom, Singularity, Haunt, Dark Soul, and then I have play Unused Trinket, like play a Ruby for Unused, just to have a little bit more burst. In this first phase, not much happens. You just kite him around. I use my Phantom once, but I don't press my 2-minute cooldowns because you don't really need. You're not under any time constraint. And I have a macro that is slash target Karam, slash cost Curse of Exhaustion, slash target last target. That macro will basically just put Curse on Karam in other phases when you're busy doing other things like killing the ice and stuff. I press Ruby on the right around 35%. I press my Ruby, I get the buff, and then I press cooldowns on the boss afterwards. You want to get quite a bit of damage done here before you go into the next phases. Then you can use your Inevitable Demise for damage here. I would recommend using like this circle as like a reference point. So you just kite around in a circle, like around this inner circle here. I put my portal up somewhere so that I can kite more efficiently. And I try to get the corruption rolling on all the small ads, so they will just die passively. When Karam is active again, I start hitting him. I should have positioned myself a little bit differently here, so I don't... Like, I get a little bit cornered, so I have to, like, run around. And I have to... I'm in quite a bad position when this first interrupt ad spawns. You want to be in a good position. Inevitable Demise in this phase is really solid because you can pretty much... All you need to do is tab target Agony on everything. Make sure you have your Agony rolling on Karam to kill it slowly. And then you can do like Unstable Agony Corruption into Drain Life with Inevitable Demise to kill the thing from beyond. That is like a very, very easy way of doing it. So you see here, I move into position, I kick it, I put it on focus so I don't miss the second cast if it's about to go through. I make sure that it dies in time, keeping Agony and the Curse of Exhaustion rolling on Karam. That's all you have to do for the second phase. It's going to go into 35% again. And then you're hitting the mini-boss for a bit. Trying to get Corruption rolling on all of the small ads. I could potentially have put my Phantom on the boss there for a little bit more boss damage. But I just wanted to get the ads under control. So you see here, I put Seed and Agony on the highest HP targets. I teleport into a better position. And this is where the hardest part of the fight starts. Right now, I'm about to enter phase 3. You will have to deal with the spawning of the ads, so the summoning circle, but you can pet move your pet into this circle and deal with it that way. So it's not too hard. So right here is where I choose to use my cooldowns and burn Karam. I'm going for a strat where you use Inevitable Demise to heal through the enrage of the boss. So the strat is to kill Karam as fast as possible to not have more things from beyond spawn. So I pet move into the circle to soak it. I get Corruption rolling on everything, all of the small ads, so they will die eventually. Try to keep Agony up on a lot of targets. And there we go. So here I'm a little bit out of position. I'm not quite sure. I'm not 100% sure what my plan was to do here. But I end up having to walk all the way around. I'm going to kill this ad, and then I think I'm going to press cooldowns afterwards. So you see here, fully stacked Inevitable Demise takes like 50% of the HP off, which is really nice. Pet move into the circle again. Try to get my stacks rolling. And this is where I press cooldowns, I think. Cooldowns. Try to kill it as fast as possible. Again, a new ad spawns. Try to kill it. And I think I'm going to stun here. Maybe. Maybe not. Kick it last second. Put a Curse of Tongues on it so I have a little bit more time on the second cast if it comes. I see that it's a really good, if you don't have any add-on that tells you, like that you still have things in the middle of your screen here that you can use to see what's going on. So right here, I get the alert for the soak. So I pet move into the circle, and I just keep trying to get the small ads under control. Again, you can see that I have a 50-second inevitable demise. I'm going to move into position and try to get a full drain off on this. Takes about half of the HP off. And Karam is almost dead here. Just gotta make sure that I kill it beforehand. And from here on out, when Karam dies, you're just nuking Res. But Res is doing a lot of damage. But the strat is basically, the small ads will keep spawning. The small ads will keep spawning, but the hands will not. So all you gotta do is dot as many targets with agony as possible, move around in a circle, and drain yourself up when you're dropping HP. Corruption is also really nice to have because it gives a lot of soulish healing on the smallies. So right here, you can see that every single Shadow Bolt is actually doing a lot of damage to me, but I'm just using Dark Pact on cooldown, preferably on high HP, trying to get the Corruption rolling on all the small ads, making sure that I soak with my pet. So you can see here, I don't really care about that circle. I just move my pet into it, and then I soak in, and making sure that I can get my full drain off to heal myself back up. Keeping my agonies rolling. And this continues until the boss is dead, pretty much. It can get a little bit hectic, and you really got to make sure that you keep the distance going, and that you can keep your drains going. Like, if you don't keep your agonies rolling on a lot of targets, you will eventually just run out of inevitable demise stacks. You will be on low HP, and there's no recovery from that. I almost die here in the end. But when you have your cooldowns up, then you can just pretty much press them on cooldown, or you can also choose to hold your cooldowns for a situation where you feel like, okay, I'm not going to be able to recover from this, to give you that extra bit of haste and self healing. You can also put Phantom Singularity on the ad waves instead of the boss if you feel like you need a healing. I put it on the boss here because I think I'm fine. And this is also where I think I miss a soak. Do I miss a soak? Not yet. But you can see here, all that matters is just keeping the agonies rolling, and just making sure that you have enough distance when you need to drain to be able to get full drains off. Inevitable demise, drain life to full. So this is how I chose to deal with the Mage Tower challenge on Aff. It's not the only way to do it at all. It can get a bit hectic here at the end. Like you see, I'm kind of running low on resources here. I don't have my Dark Pact. I don't have anything else. And this is where you would choose. I choose to put a Phantom Singularity on an ad wave for the self-healing instead of anything else. So here I need to create distance so I can drain. And there I missed the soak because I was too focused on my HP. If you miss one soak, it's not a big deal. You can just banish it every 30 seconds and you're gonna be fine. That was really close. That coil was kind of a Monka shake. There I press my cooldowns again. So every single time I'm moving around, the only really thing I'm pressing is either I press seed on the new target, on the new mob, or I make sure that I have my agonies rolling on as many targets as possible to be able to maintain those stacks. You see here, just agony, 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 agony. Good usage of the portal to create distance means that you have more time to think about other stuff. I'm actually kind of greeting here at the end, and it got kind of close. But it works out, and I kill off the boss. But yeah, basically just moving in a circle and making sure that you have a portal down and that you know where the portal is so you don't teleport into danger. That's basically how I dealt with the Affliction challenge. I think VT could also be really solid, yeah. Like VT can be really, really strong. PS is a little bit more self-healing. To get Teemo, you gotta do all three? No, you don't have to do all three. Demo is Sag. I'm assuming that it's I think Pico is working on highlighting the demo one as well. You plan on doing all 7 challenges? I'm not sure. Like I kind of just really wanted to do the Warlock ones. BT isn't worth with the strat. PS helps you a lot. Yeah, I think PS is the play when you do this because you just want the self healing. Okay, you get a preview here. This one isn't even